Alright, so what I want to do today is make use of some cards. So, for example, over the past several months, as I've been collecting, changing decks, I've built up one hell of a suite of extra cards that don't... Yeah, I've got all these fetch lands. Originally they were for my modern and vintage collection, but I put them into Reaper King. Then I took apart Reaper King. So they don't have a home. These don't have a home. I got a fucking foil Shadow Spear that isn't in a deck. All this stuff that... Okay, that's crap. That's a shitty card. I just like it for the art. I got it out of the pack. Kind of that too. I don't know what to do with that. Fancy Boots. Heaven Go Lich. This, it kind of costs too much. The game's just too fast now for it. But I thought I might build Sheldon Maneri's Ruhan deck. Once I get my Sheldon Maneri Secret Lairs, and I've got the Sheldon Maneri Ruhan, I was thinking of building his deck. I found a copy of it online, and maybe it'll be fun. I've never played with her. Don't know what to do with that. Him. And this is just... Okay, these are for the art. I just like the art here. I just like the art there. It's a shitty card. I would never play it in a deck unless playing some kind of cheap budget deck, because it only triggers at the end of my turn and only if the creature died. So if it's triggered at the end of any turn, ooh, that'd be nice, but it doesn't. So it's just pretty. It's a nice foil. This guy should be in Aurelia. He's not. And I've got this guy. For if I build Joda, I've got a foil Joda now. Sitting my art binder. Fucking Mario. So I've got, and this is just some artifacts and multicolored lands. I've got black, blue, green, red, white, too. So I've got all these cards sitting around doing nothing. I want to start doing something with them. But as it is, I already have 22 fucking commander decks. And I've got 7 modern decks. And I've got 4 vintage decks. Now all my vintage decks, anything over 50 euros, it's fake. It's from China. It's counterfeit. Straight up. But everything in my modern collection, all those are authentic. So I've got these. These aren't extra. These I stole from Sig, because I want to put them in Nekazar. Nekazar is more ready than Sig. Sig needs... I'll need to get out of the coffers another Urborg for him. He needs a Nykthos Shrine to Nyx. I took Nykthos Shrine to Nyx out of him, and I gave it to, I believe, Aurelia, because I had her more ready. And he needs a Vora Stronghold, so he needs 4 lands. I've got that. I want to put that in Animar. Eldrazi Morph, because it doesn't hit me that much. And it's just really pretty. Loot, I want to put in Icarus Sarakondo, Eldegock, I don't know where the hell, either Animar or Cigar, that's what I'm thinking, I don't know. This, I just want to replace a Reclamation Sage, one of my decks, for this one, so I've got this alternate art employed, Green Slime. Again, I'm thinking Animar or Sigarda, and then this I picked up. So let's see what I can do. Let's make the easy change first. Where is Kestia? That's Wildratha. There's Kestia. So Kestia is my Enchantress deck. For those of you that might have forgotten, Kestia is a 4-color, 4/4 legendary nymph. I can bestow her. I never do. Never going to. Whenever an enchanted or enchantment creature control attacks, draw a card. Just attack. It doesn't trigger damage, so she should draw a lot of cards. The way she wants to win, I envisioned her winning through enchantment creatures. The way she actually wins is Shark Typhoon. So let's kind of go through. Maybe I'll highlight some of the more interesting cards, like Destiny Spinner, as I look for what I'm replacing the Sparse Headquarters with. Heliod, so he's a way of getting more enchantment creatures into play. And he's an enchantment creature himself if he's active, which he's not always active. Yamama's Reach, this Commander Masters alternate, Nature's Lore. I really want to get the other alternate Ristic Study, but it's about 100 euros. So if I need 4 lands for Sig, and one of them is 70, 2 of them are 70 euros, Stronghold and Nykthos, I'm not going to be getting a 100 euro Ristic Study anytime soon. Nope. Ain't gonna do it. Sigil of the Empty Throne. Yep. Nice counterspell. So this is great. If I've got Kesty out, so Flitterstep can't be blocked. So I can just go poke somebody and I draw a card. Unlike Edric, not on the poking, but on the engagement of the poker when it goes into attack. Forbid, Path of Ancestry. Yeah, this is what I'm taking out for Sparse Headquarters. Anything else that any of you really want to see in here? I've got the full art foil Sanctum Weaver, Murray's Wake, another. I've got all 3 of her dual lands. And what I have one of each authentic dual land because I love the art. I have fond memories of just hoovering up dual lands during Vies back when they were about $5 each. And if I saw a dual land for trade or sale, I bought it. I was just collecting them like mad. And then of course I sold them all when I sold out in 2005. So I was able to pick up one of each, except from my friend Ren that I bought several of them from. He had an extra taiga, so I have an extra taiga. And I got an extra tropical island for Kestia, so I have 2 tropicals and 2 taiga, and then just one of each. That all of them are in decks, but for the art. Titania Song. This deck has no artifacts, none. So my plan is to get Titania Song out and shut off everybody else's artifacts. So far it hasn't really worked out. I haven't gotten to play, but I haven't played her very often, so that could be part of the problem. Creatures in Championship Control basically get Ward 1. She's an enchantment creature. Swords, Citadel. I could take a Citadel for Sparse. I mean, they both come into play tapped. They both give me blue, green, or white. But this is not fetchable. Path of Ancestry I just don't need in this deck because I don't think I have any of their nymphs. Is that Flitterstep Eidolon, is that a nymph? No, it's a spirit. She's a demigod. Heroic Invention. Spirit. Maybe I could put one of her into Carador, Tribal Spirits. Shark Typhoon. Oh, this is such fun. So anything else really interesting? Okay, Replenish. Yeah, return all enchantments from your graveyard to play. Dictate of Heliod. Temoin at Tunnel. Jukai Naturalist. Makes my enchantments cheaper. Human Monk, Spirit. Cultivate, Wargate. People think this is a bad card in this deck. They don't understand what it is. It is a 3 mana, find any land and put it into play, untapped. So for blue, green, white, I can cast Wargate and go get my Serra Sanctum and put it right into play. Kinda nice. New card in this deck, Nyxborn Behemoth. Costs total mana value of 9 creature enchantments I control, and he gets cheaper. And of course he's right on top of the Starfield and Nyx, which makes my, if I have 5 or more enchantments, all my other enchantments become creatures, so he no longer becomes cheap. So he doesn't really work with Starfield and Nyx, but if he comes down before it does, usually he's going to be like a 4/4, 4 mana. 4 mana, 10/10 Trampler. Citizen Champion, Hollow, that's a God of the Sea. There it is, Tropical Island. I got a signed one. Got one of those signed. Had this for a long time. Arasta, Spider, Ley Line of Anticipation, Sylvan's Grind, go find a land, show it off, put it in your hand, shuffle. Do I want to keep? Yeah, I'll keep that in here. True Conviction, Reliquary Tower, Oblivion Ring, Ring-a-ding-dong, your shit is gone. Levitation, Command Tower. I want to see how this works. So, this card, I wanted more enchantment creatures. There aren't that many interesting enchantment creatures for this deck, and this makes one. So after I go through the saga, return up to 1, target creature, planeswalker, to owner's hand, turn the art, which, basically draw a card. I have no artifacts in this deck, so I'm going to draw a card. And then exile it, and it comes back as this, Living Breakthrough. Whenever you cast a spell, your opponents cannot cast spells with the same CMC, same mana value as that spell until your next turn. Neat. So it slows my opponents down. What kind of creature is this? It's a Moonfolk. I wonder if... And I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be thinking of getting more copies of this to put into other decks, because I just showed you a stack of cards I'm not using now anyway. Why add to it? What am I, insane? Don't answer that. Sith's Harvest Hand, copy enchantment. I don't like the original art. Forgot the weird monkey dude on the original copy. I never liked it. I never wanted to play it because I didn't like looking at it. But this, I like looking at it. I want to play it. Venser, Shaper Civil. Outseed of Life's Bounty. Yep. Sphere of Safety. Okay, there it is. There's my signs for a second. I have a Japanese one actually I'm selling. I'm selling it for too much. I'm selling it for about 70 euros more than the equivalent cards. It's a Japanese copy. But I also have it in my trade binder. And what I'm looking to do is, if somebody wants it, and I don't think this will fly in Czech Republic because of the way these guys think, but back in the States I know it would, I'm willing to trade it for a bunch of things that are not reserve list. But I expect a premium. Czech guys really don't pay premiums for reserve list cards. They don't care as much. But unless things have changed drastically, and they could have, I know back in the States, if I've got a desirable reserve list card, and I'm going to trade it down for shit that's in print, or printable, or coming up for a reprint, probably sooner than we think, the person you're trading with accepts that and gives you a premium on it because they want the reserve list card. They want to trade up. Tower of the Magistrate. Academy Rector. I'd like to get another one of her for Aurelia, but I don't need one. Be nice. And since it's a reserve list card, it wouldn't be bad to throw a little money into it. And I don't think she's that much now. I think she's about 35 euros. It's been a while since I looked, a long while. This guy, I don't know if I'm going to want to play this guy. Beginning for your return enchantment, you control to someone's hand. Actually, yeah, I will want to play him because I've got some cheap enchantments. I've got things that trigger card draw whenever I cast an enchantment. 3 for a 3/4 flyer. So, yeah. Forget my free-flowing, before my brain fully engaged thoughts just a moment ago. Treachery, Archetype of Imagination. So let's do that. Let's just get this out of the way. So Path of Ancestry in this deck comes into play tapped, and basically acts as comes into play tapped command tower. Add 1 mana of any color, your commander's color identity. When you use it to cast a creature spell that shares a creature type, the commander scry 1. Enchantment is not a creature type, it's a super type. I have no other nymphs in this deck that I know of. Maybe there's one that I just slipped over. So, in any case, the only card that, and this is still weird to me. Add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. When that mana is spent to cast a creature spell that shares a creature type with commander's scry 1. So if I cast Kestia, she shares a creature type with herself, and I can scry 1. I didn't think I could do. I didn't know I could do that. I had no idea. And the lads I play with, were asking me why I didn't do that, and I said, well, how can she share a creature type with herself? That's just fucking weird. And they said, no, you can do that. Okay, that doesn't make any goddamn sense to me, but we're all pretending to be wizards casting spells and burning each other. So I'll pretend to. Anyway, I think this will be better. So it comes to play tapped. I can cycle it, but I can also find it. I can find it with a fetch land. How good is this? Perfect fit. That's kind of dirty. Let's get rid of that one. How is this one? Oh, this one's nice and clean. So that Path of Ancestry, I'll probably put it into another deck because I like the alternate art. So anyway, change 1. Kestia the Cultivator gets Spire's Headquarters. Alright, so that one's out of the way. Let's do the next one. Let's do the next somewhat easy one. Let's give Nekazar his coffers and Urborg. Now the Urborg is going to be easy. I just replace the swamp. The coffers, that's going to be trickier because Nekazar, he's only running 37 lands, and one of them is a Maze of Ith. So it doesn't really count as a land. In the background, I'm just going to bring up the deck list so I've got it behind me so I can see what I'm doing. I can give you an accurate land count without counting the deck. Yeah, I've got 37 lands. And Maze of It, I have 36 mana producing lands. So I should not, if I take out anything, I should take out some other card instead of a land. So where do I have Nekazar? There's Kenny. There he is. He's in the same box as Kestia. He's in box number 3. Nekazar the Mind Razor. What this son of a bitch does is it comes into play, and whenever my opponents draw cards, they take damage. Now, 2 basic ways that I've seen to build Nekazar. One is you just have a lot of card draw. You have got things like Call Me of the False Hope. Is that it? No? Call Me of the Crescent Moon, I think he is. Everybody draws an additional card. You've got that Demon of Temptation, this demon, he's 1 black. I forget what his power type is. I think he's a 4/4. And everybody draws an additional card during their draw step or upkeep or something. So you've got these just sitting around drawing extra card effects. That's why I built Nekazar first, years ago. What I found is my opponents figured out, hey, if we just kill Nekazar and keep him dead off the field, we can just draw cards for free. So it became a group hug deck. That's not what I wanted to do. So I built this version where I've got cards that I decide when we draw. When she comes into play, shuffle the cards from your hand into the library, draw the many cards. 1 red, sacrifice Whirlpool Warrior. Each player shuffles the cards from his or her hand into the library and draws as many cards. I decide when that happens. What's another good time reversal? Everyone shuffles their hand and graveyard into the library, then draws 7 cards. I decide when that happens. None of this, Mr. Nice Guy, we're all just going to draw cards, bullshit. So, let's do the easy thing first. Draw up 1 swamp. Add in 1 Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth. Now here's the tricky part. I said I don't want to take out any lands because I don't want to go down in the land count, and I'm adding a land that produces nothing on its own. And I just went down 1 swamp. So unless I have Urborg in play, I have 4, 5, 6. I have 6 swamps. 7 swamps in the deck. 8 swamps. Sorry, I'm looking at Sunken Hollow, Smoldering Marsh. There's 2. Watered Grave, Blood Crypt. That's 4. 4 basic swamps. That's 8. So I've got 8 swamps in the deck. So unless I have Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth, Cabal Coffers is really nothing. So I should not take out another land for a land that gives me nothing, unless I have Chromatic Lantern in play. Then I will get something. So what do I want to do? I have, let's see, where's it good? I have 6 of these effects. I have 6 until end of turn, target creature, if it would die, it doesn't. Right now I have 6 of them. If I go down to 5, because the idea is when people try to kill Nick, and they will fucking try to kill Nikazar. They try to kill him like mad. It's a side quest that everybody else is on. I will have, if I have 5 of these, and I still have 5 counter spells, that would be 10 ways to protect him, plus Swiftfoot Boots, plus Darksteel Plate, plus Riptide Laboratory, maybe that's my best option. It's taking out something that not only can protect him, but it can protect my other creatures, like her I put in recently. Blue-red, 2/3, tap, she gets 2 ingenuity counters, and then I can drop an artifact with that many, the CMC equal to or less than the number of ingenuity counters she has. The idea with her is that Heck's got a lot of artifacts, and once she's got 4 ingenuity counters, I can just play most of the artifacts I have for free. I think I only have 2. No, I've got 1, 2, 3. So Alabar's Carpet, Gilded Lotus, Memory Jar, Psychosis Crawler. Yeah, those are the ones that cost more than... So once 2 turns have gone by where I can do this, she can drop pretty much anything into play. I don't want to get rid of that, because it has saved my ass on multiplications. So I guess taking out one of these is my best option, but which one? Till in turn comes back bigger. Let's see what the other ones do, and we'll decide from there. Well, we have 1 Undying Evil effect in that stack. So there's my Swiftfoot Boots, Undying Malice. Okay, it comes into play tapped with a +1/+1 counter on it. Let's see, what else? Yeah, so Archaea Master is better. I agree, strictly better. It costs 1 less. It's still a 2/2. Does the same thing, but I really like the way he looks. I really like this art, the foil, and so I play it. I know there's something strictly better, but I just don't care. Presser's Warning. Probably take that one out. So when it dies, turn it tapped under owner's control. Put a +1/+1 counter on the creature, or it gains indestructible. So that's a bit more versatility, actually. This I can block with the creature, and then if it dies, it'll come back. Maybe let's see what the other ones do. Feign Death. When it dies, it comes back with a +1/+1 counter on it. Yeah, this is something else new. Niv Mizzet Visionary. I took out Niv Mizzet the Firemind for this because this is easier to cast in this deck. Only has 2 color pips. He's bigger. He's a 5/5. Firemind is only a 4/4. I have no maximum hand size. And whenever source control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, a lot of non-combat damage there. Yep, it doesn't say lost lives, it says damage. You may draw that many cards. There's a laboratory. Echo Vions. Silent Arbiter. I was going to put Crawl Space in this deck, but I decided he's probably more interesting. So, no more than one creature can attack each combat. Anyone. No more than one creature can block each combat. And that counts for everybody. Windfall, Ristic Study. Whoop. There's my Memory Jar. Undying Evil. Target creature gains Undying until end turn. Comes back as +1/+1 on counter. Yeah, I recently put him in there too. Nasty, nasty little bastard. Flashy, buck with your hand, son of a bitch. End him. So he flashes into play. Counter target spell, active ability, triggered ability. Its controller draws a card. If I have a Nexar, its controller takes 1 damage. Or destroy another creature or planeswalker. Same thing. They draw a card, Nexar's out, take 1 damage. Bang bang. Languish. I plan to replace this with Yeheni's Expertise once I can get a foil copy. Right now my LTS doesn't have any foil copies. Even though this has more creatures, it's probably better. Nexar's power is 2. His toughness is 4, so this kills him. Yeheni's Expertise gives creatures -3/-3, and I can play something for 3 seems or less for free. But I don't have one right now, so Languish is still in here. Probably get one eventually. So let's take out Supernatural Stamina for coffers. And I hope this isn't a bad idea. Do you think this is a bad idea? Let me know if you think that's a bad idea. Alright, let me pause and splice together part 2.